Have you ever noticed, when some people speak, you feel as if they have an invisible power inside them, while others hold back even if they know the same information? And we call this by one name, confidence. But today, I will tell you something a bit disturbing. Maybe confidence is not an innate trait as you think. Maybe it's just a script your brain writes for you to survive. Confidence actually consists of two words, self and trust. So, it's not the approval the outside world gives you, but the confidence system you build within yourself. But here's what's interesting. From the brain's perspective, confidence is not a feeling, it's a prediction mechanism. The brain constantly asks, if I take a risk in this environment, will I survive? If the answer is yes, you feel confident.
If the answer is no, you withdraw. So self-confidence is not actually courage, but the brain's risk calculation algorithm.
Now let's go back in time. Think of our hunter-gatherer ancestors. They didn't go on stage and speak, but they had a role within the tribe. For our ancestors, confidence was reading danger correctly. Someone who appears very confident could endanger the tribe. Someone who is too timid might miss opportunities. That's why evolutionarily, the brain developed situational confidence. So, confidence is not a fixed trait, but an adaptation that changes with the environment. Today, the overly confident people you see on social media are not a natural state for the brain. Now, let's get to the scientific part. What we call confidence does not form in just one part of the brain. It emerges from the collaboration of three regions. One, the prefrontal cortex, is the center for decision-making and logic. It generates the sentence, I can do this. 2, the amygdala is the danger zone. It whispers, what if I embarrass myself? 3, the cingulate cortex is the error detection system. It monitors itself in social settings. If the amygdala is very active, confidence decreases. If the prefrontal cortex is strong, you take risks. So confidence is not actually the absence of fear, but neural networks that act despite fear. Now, we come to the solutions part. Here are two methods to boost your self-confidence. 1. The 17-second micro-decision. Now choose something. A small decision, like writing a message, standing up, or noting down an idea. And do it within 17 seconds, because after the brain makes a decision, a dopamine window opens between 7 and 20 seconds. When you delay the decision, the amygdala kicks in and confidence drops. But let these be micro decisions. Strengthen the prefrontal cortex. Your brain learns this. I am someone who takes action. 2. The reverse mirror experiment. Now open the front camera of your phone but don't speak. Just look at yourself and ask this question. What advice would this person give me? The moment the brain perceives you as a third person, it switches to default mode. Judging yourself decreases, logic increases. That's why people easily give advice to others but unfortunately can't give it to themselves. The reverse mirror experiment silences the brain's inner critic. Perhaps confidence is not the story of being strong as we think, but simply the brain learning to negotiate with fear. But true confidence is not in the one who shouts the most, but in the mind that recognizes fear and still acts.